Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I go by the name of Gift Somakwabe, also known as Soma K. And if you're watching me for the first time, thank you for clicking this video. And I hope you enjoy this video. I'd like you to please subscribe, comment, share, like, whatever it is, click the notification bell and tell other people that the SA internal audit YouTuber is back with another video. So today I'd like to talk about, I think it's a question that a couple of us actually ask ourselves when we start our careers or something like that. We look at our personalities and you try figure out, where do I fit in? So I want to talk about being an introvert versus an extrovert at the big four. So most of you probably know I am an extrovert. I classify myself as an extrovert. I love people. I love talking. I am not shy. I think I have my moments a little bit, but for me, I'm just an extrovert. I do have times where I feel like I want to be alone, but I think for me it has worked a lot in my career in terms of being at university, doing interviews for tutoring jobs and all of that. And you find that some people are introverts and they really struggle on how to express themselves. They get nervous, and for a job like tutoring, speaking in front of people, it can be nerve-wracking where you don't know how to interact with students, but you actually know your work. The same goes with being at the big four. You have to work with clients, you have to talk to people and all of that, and you feel like, okay, I'm an introvert. How am I going to fit in at the big four? So that's what I want to talk about. Like, can you be successful? Do you have to change yourself to be an extrovert? And that's the questions that I want to answer. So first of all, I want us to look at the 4 elements of being an introvert, right? So the first one is social. So as social, you like to spend time in smaller groups or actually be alone. You'll notice that as introverts, they really bubbly and loud with people that they're used to. Whereas when they're with people that they don't know, it's like it's a whole different person, right? So then the second one is thinking, right? So with thinking, they spend a lot of time, they're absorbed in their own thoughts and in their own imagination. They're basically in their own world. So that's another element. So if you already have these two, you understand that you're an introvert. And the third one is being anxious. So they really get nervous and shy around a crowd of people. So they have that social awkwardness. It's difficult for them to start a conversation, to meet new people. And sometimes there's also that lack of confidence where you have so much to say, but you just don't know how to say it. Okay, and then the last one is inhibited. So they like to keep their thoughts and feelings to themselves. They're not really expressive people. They will not say how they feel. They do not really just speak up and say, okay, this, and that. They rather just preserve themselves. Okay, so obviously as an extrovert, we are like the complete opposite. So with the extroverts, we seek out social interaction, conversations. We like talking, meeting new people. Like I can walk into a group and just, hi guys, and we just start talking, and we just like that. We thrive in busy environments. So can be a lot of people and still you're able to work and stuff. Whereas an introvert wants to be alone. They want quietness. They need to be alone to recharge, right? And then you enjoy being in a crowd. You easily express yourself. I express myself a lot. Like, I think even one of the 4 types of working styles, I think that we did, I fall under expressive. I love expressing myself. I will tell you that, wow, I feel like this and this and that. I don't hide my feelings. So that's the difference between the two. So now, being in the big 4, right, means that you need to work in a team. You need to communicate with your seniors. You need to speak to clients, right? You need to always update. So there's even social events. There's work functions that you need to attend. And this might get a little bit overwhelming because you like, ooh, okay, it's awkward. How am I going to do this? And, you ask yourself a lot of questions. You overthink a lot. So I know a lot about introverts because it seems like I attract a lot of them. A lot of people around me, my friends and stuff, are introverts. So I see the way they behave and they tell me how they feel and the thoughts that they have to think before they go to the person. And when they get there, they say the opposite of what they thought. Whereas with me, I'm just like, hi, and I just start anything. So those are the things, right? And we can see that between the two, right, it's clear that like you'd actually assume that the extrovert is the person that's actually going to just survive in the big four or in the corporate world, right? Because I mean, it's an open place. Usually, like example, offices are very open. People are there. They can greet you anytime. They can talk to you, right? And an introvert just feels like, do not pass me. I mean, they feel like, pass me by. Do not see me. I am not here. I do not exist. Whereas with us, it's like, dude, you didn't greet me and all of that. So that's another disadvantage. You work in open spaces and then you're forced to come to the office and then see all these people, and sometimes it gets a lot for introverts, right? So how can introverts actually deal with this? Right. So for me, before I actually get there, I want to actually speak of what are the benefits of being an introvert. So we tend to judge introverts and feel like they're very quiet and boring and all of that sometimes, but they really contribute a lot to the corporate world, to the work environment. Number one, introverts have really good listening skills. With extroverts, we like to talk a lot. So we basically the ones that are talking and the introverts the one listening most of the time. So they have good listening skills. This can help you when you're talking to a client. You'll get to remember stuff. You'll get to understand things quickly because you're always listening. You give people a platform to talk, whereas you don't actually talk, but you give them the platform to talk and you just listen. And then they pay attention to detail. I've worked with a couple of introverts and I feel like they pay more attention to detail than I do as an extrovert. As an extrovert, I think I'm still working on that, There's a couple of things that I might miss, but somebody who's more preserved and quiet can really pick things up quite quickly and see mistakes. And that's the kind of person you also need in a team, right? When you look at your working papers, when you review work, spelling errors, sentence structure, those things, they'd be able to say, no, this does not look right. Okay. And they're more organized. I feel that they have their life set in a way, like they're not really risk takers and everything. They sort of plan things ahead. And sometimes you need that kind of person in the team that will be organized, that will know that this is what's happening. As an extrovert, I'm just like, let me go with the flow. I like taking risks, If it works out, it works. If it doesn't, I'll cry and then I'll deal with it. So you need such people in the team. Another thing, they're very reflective. And when you have an introvert in the team that's reflective, you're able to help your team members to see things differently. You give your team members time to, settle down and say, guys, let's reflect. Why are we getting this wrong? Why is it taking longer than expected? And you sort of eliminate the problems that are causing disruptions in your audit, for example. And the last one is they have thought-provoking conversations. What I mean by this, as extroverts, we like talk. I can ask you about your day. We can talk about anything random. Whereas an introvert literally wants to talk about something that will add value. I'm not saying extroverts don't add value. We do. But I'm just saying they're more on very, they give you facts. They speak what is on their mind. They straight to the point. They don't just go beat around the bush the way we speak. They just say what they need to say and they leave you with some wisdom. Again, I'm not saying extroverts don't have wisdom. I'm just saying that they really quite fascinating, and sometimes you need that person in the team who can also speak to a client, get into their head and all of that, and figure out how to tackle every challenge that comes through an audit. So these all contribute to the big four. These are things that you'll need in your team. And remember, we all have weaknesses, and you may see that being quiet and all of that is a weakness, but you actually have certain strengths that can work for the team. I also feel like there is no such thing as a weakness at some point. I think we all just have a different starting point. When you can work on something at a different way, a different pace, you're just learning something. We all have the ability to learn. So if introverts, as an introvert, if you're an introvert, you can just learn how to network with people. So this is how you can work on your skills, learn how to network. That's really good. In the corporate, show your face, be interactive, speak to people. If it means that you need to practice in the mirror on how you're going to speak to your client and you feel like you're overthinking, do that so that you actually improve yourself. But you need to really be out there. People need to sort of see you. You don't have to be the most talkative person, but be able to greet somebody, have a small conversation here and there. I know small conversations, small talks are a problem sometimes, but just to interact. Networking is really good for your career. Okay, and as I said, practicing in front of the mirror on how you're going to interact with your client, if it's a face-to-face or if you're online, just, you know, prepare yourself. Okay, this is how I speak and stuff. Whereas, yeah, an extrovert, we just speak. We don't think about it so much. And then the last one, I would say, attempt to attend socials. And if you're very scared to attend on your own, have the friends that you used to, because as I said, introverts are able to adjust with the people they're used to. And if you move with that group, you'll be able to be more open at the social events, at the work functions. You'll be able to talk to people easier because you know the people that you're with and you feel like they have your back, so that it's easier for you to open up. So we can all learn from each other as extroverts and introverts. I feel that it's actually a good thing that we have a balance, because imagine having all these extroverts, it wouldn't work out, and having all the introverts, it wouldn't work out. There needs to be a balance. So I'm leaving you with these words. You can be an introvert. Don't change yourself to accommodate other people. You know, be yourself and let people acknowledge you for who you are in the corporate. So you have skills, you have the knowledge that can add value to every team that you work with. You just need to be yourself and just work on the different skills and capabilities that would require you to go even higher. So network a bit more, talk a bit more, interact with people and get to know. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope I managed to help you with a couple of tips. I'm an extrovert, but I also want to learn qualities of an introvert. You know, I want to listen more. I want to be more observant, pay attention to detail, and reflect more so that I can see my mistakes. So I'll see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, hit me up and let me know what you think of this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.